friends, how y'all doing? I hope y'all staying warm. Well, it's been cold this last few days. This is the second day out of Christmas, and it's been down to 0 here. And feeding this old stove is like feeding a steam engine. The colder it gets, the more wood you stoke in it. That's just the way it is. And you can see, we had a little bit of snow last night. See the pictures here. About an inch of snow. And I know these little old animals, you can see the tracks right here. I haven't been nowhere, it's been so cold. It is absolutely cold. You can see the little tracks down through here, little squirrel, all the way down. Only thing down this driveway was the wildlife. And I know they living hard. I seen them off running in the trees this morning, moving around. Well, I know they're having a hard time, but that's just nature. And I hope we don't have it no colder than this. And I have to give it to you people in the northern states and all the way up into Canada. I can't stand this cold weather. I give you all the respect due. How you put up with this? I know it's cold. I even seen where up on top of the Smokies here, not far from here, they had 6 inches of snow and it was minus 20 degrees. That ain't even counting the wind chill. So I know it's cold. But by the time you see this video, it's supposed to be in the 60s here by this weekend. In the 60s. New Year's coming up. But that's how this Tennessee is. One week it's 0, next week it's 70 degrees in the wintertime. That's why you get flu weather so bad here. So I'm going to share with you the last video of 2022. My power's been off about twice. It was down about 0 and the power was off. It wasn't because of the storm or the weather really. It was because of just TVA and the power companies want to do rolling blackouts to ease the strain on the grid. Well, it was off about an hour at a time, about 6 hours apart, but it kept me busy hooking up the old generator from camping stuff just to keep the stove running. Now this ain't my primary source, but it sure saves on the electric bill. When propane down here is $4 or $5 a gallon, and you burn 5 gallons a day in weather like this really pays off. And I spent all summer long preparing for stuff like this. You can see the wood here that I've got piled up here. And I had this stacked plumb up above this gutter just before this cold weather hit. And you can see how much I've used here. It's come way down. But I prepared for this. Never have to cut a live tree. There's always so many dead trees from diseases and insects and stuff over the years that it keeps me busy just cutting up dead trees and splitting it. So this cold weather too, good to check on your elderly people and your neighbors, see if they need any help. Because I know some of you have a hard time in this weather. Some of you can't afford a generator and all this extra stuff. And God bless every one of you. It's a struggle to survive nowadays, the way things is. Yeah, it's about 20 degrees out here behind you. Right here at the stove, it's about 50 degrees. Keeps this little area warm. But anyway, I'm gonna share with you the channel, the last video of 2022. And a lot of people's all year long ask me, Donnie, that's a good video, that's a good narration for a fake accent. Well, viewers, out of 600 videos, if you ain't figured out this is not fake, you never will. I've had comments like, you need to put your teeth in, or you need to learn how to speak English. Well, this is just me. This is the old mountain talk the way I was raised. And I done a video here just a video or two back about the true meaning of Christmas. And people commented more on, well, you don't need to apologize for your accent, Donnie. Well, I'm not apologizing for my accent. I only apologized in that video because I was reading the Word of God, and I didn't want to mispronounce nothing reading the Holy Bible. That's the only reason. But I'm proud of this accent, because in another generation, my kids is not talking as much as I did like this, and my grandkids sure don't. So this accent is going away, slowly but surely. And it'll be a thing of the past. So that's how I feel about my accent on this channel. And I hope y'all understand. So there you go. Guys, this is normally my metal detecting day. I've been wanting to get it back into some metal detecting, but as of late, it's been hunting, too much going on, the holidays, and now there's a big old snow on and it's 0 degrees, so this ground's froze solid. So I'll get back into them when I can. Like I said, I do Mondays, I do wildlife videos. Now, I normally don't feed these wildlife, never, ever. It's just natural environment. But at the Rock Motel, and for all the little pictures in this cold weather, I thought I'd throw them out some little milk bone dog biscuits. And we'll see how they like that. We'll see that on the next video probably. So I hope you enjoy these little wildlife. I enjoy bringing them to you. And as far as this metal detecting back to hit, I like to do them and do them during the week and release them on Friday. And a lot of you love this metal detecting. I notice a lot of people watch these videos and it got them interested in doing metal detecting. So you can see what I've used. And no, I don't find gold coin and gold treasure every time out. Every once in a while I find an old coin that maybe an old hunter had lost years ago hunting, pulling a shell out of his pocket, and out flops a penny. I might find that, but other than that, in these old woods, I just find old relics of history and where these old hunters has been. My challenge personally is how old of a shotgun shell, old head stamp, can I find? And I notice a lot of you like this, like little people just starting out, like some kids. There's one from Brett Chandler from Georgia. He sent me a little comment and a picture in Messenger where he loved me, so I commented him back. Bless his heart. You just gotta, when you're out here in these woods, don't expect you're gonna find a big treasure. Now, if you're lucky, it's possible. Anything's laying in these old ridges in this old country over time. Anything. Back to the Native Americans, you're liable to find anything. But you're not going to find golden treasure every day, guys. If you do on these other channels, I'm just trying to keep it real. I mean real, everyday real, how it really is. So when you start out on this, just be patient. And if you don't have fun at it, it's not worth doing it. Just have fun. You don't know what you'll find. It's a good thing to do with friends and family. And like I said, I'm going to be sharing a lot of history coming up with you this year. A lot of stories, a lot of old places that's forgotten about, and everybody loves Cage Cove. I've still got so much stuff to do on Cage Cove, but I've got so many other places that ain't Cage Cove, that ain't 100 miles from there or so, that nobody's never heard about. But it's lost history. It's going away, and I'm trying to remember it. And I do a lot of unexplained, little old stories that our elders has told us over the years, and ghost stories, unexplained mysteries, stuff like that. I like to share stuff like that. That always intrigued me. So I just want to share that with you on the metal detecting and all these little stories I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep it real, guys. Trying to keep it real. And I thank you so much for watching. And listen, guys, I'd love to be with every one of you that's commented. Come up here in West Virginia or North Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, up in Kentucky. I'm only one person, and I'd love to do all of y'all's history, but I can't even cover all the history here in this region area of East Tennessee. So I advise you all and beg y'all, please, you love history and you love how our elders used to do and everything, Write this stuff down and talk to your elders before they leave us. They're all just about gone. Tell their stories, record it, make videos on it. You've got YouTube channels. I know I couldn't do this YouTube channel if I was still working. There's no way. There's no way I could attempt this channel and still working the way I worked in these old mines and stuff over the years. So please, carry these stories on. Gather them up. You write a book or a video or audio, save them. These are precious for the future generations. Now, I've noticed a lot. I've been doing this channel about 3 years now, a little bit over 3. I've noticed there's a lot of channels that started on YouTube about stories of Appalachian history and stuff like that, and that's great. I applaud them. I give them utmost support. Check them out. I hope they do real good, because the more history is out there being told, the more it might be remembered. You know, a lot of you ask me, have you made a video on this, Donnie? You made a video on that? All you've got to do, I've made over 600 videos. That's in counting all the different subjects that I cover. And if you want to know I made a video, yes, I'll tell you in a comment. But you can look on my channel. Just go to my channel and look at uploads, click on uploads or videos, and you'll see everything that I've done in the last 3 years. Just dig down through it. Or you want to just go to the playlist of mountain history and culture, wildlife, unexplained, and hunting and fishing, mining stories. There's all kinds of, just look at the playlist. You can find anything that you want and see what I've done. So there you go on that. And when you look at the channel, you say, a lot of you say, well, I haven't seen you in a while, Donnie. What's going on? Well, YouTube's got a bad habit. If you've not looked at the channel or been active in the last 90 days or something, they do a purge every once in a while. What I mean by purge is I'll lose 100 subscribers all at once. And they'll do this every once in a while because people's no longer using the channel or not been active. So if every once in a while when you look at one of my videos and you're subscribed, make sure that you still are subscribed. And then if you want to see my notifications, make sure that little bell over there right beside subscribe is pushed and lit up, or got a little emphasis around it. That tells you that every time I put something out, you'll get a notification. Well, there you go on that. So, guys, I noticed here back when I was on a camping trip hunting, that I noticed in my comments when I was trying to answer them in between being out in the woods and exploring, that there was some scam going on. Now, what I mean by scam is, I seen in the video, I seen with 2 or 3 people, it would act like they was me, that you'd win a prize or a giveaway or something from me, my name, to go to another website, click here, go to another place to receive your prize. Well, I'm telling you, that's just a scam. And I looked this up. It's just a robot, or one of them Autobot things that goes around and clicks on YouTube channels to get you to go to another website so they could get information, steal your information from you. So that's just a scam. So watch out for that. If I'm going to give something away or do something, I'll make a video on it. I won't just send it to you like that in a comment to redirect you to another place. I'd never do that. So be wise of that when you do see this on the channels or any other channels you go to. It's just so evil out there anymore. So watch out for that. Guys, I just want to thank each and every one of you subscribers and the viewers, but especially the subscribers. It's took me 3 years to accomplish getting 100,000 subscribers. But without you, I never would have done nothing. So I want to thank each and every one of you for just your support and your loyalty of watching this old channel. And I do wildlife, and I love to do the wildlife. I love to do it. I know some of you do, but a lot of you still don't. And I like to do history of this old country and our mountains and all the old stories. Some sad, some good, some are just beautiful. But I like to share a story of these Appalachian Mountains, their history, the places, and the people. These are going away, these stories. There's so many elders that I wished in my younger years that I could have just interviewed and put on tape, recorded them, their stories, just for the future and the future generations. So I'm just trying to share history and stories so they're not forgotten. Even long after I'm gone, hopefully somebody will still see these, how we used to talk, how we used to do things, how it used to be in the old places that's going away because of progress. So that's just the way I feel about it. Well, guys, I just hope that every one of you's had a Merry Christmas and stay warm, whatever you do. Well, just a second. It's time to fire up this locomotive again. It keeps you busy putting wood to it, I tell you. You go through the wood, but there ain't nothing better than old wood heat, I'm telling you, or an old coal stove. That's just the way it's always been. So I hope y'all had a good Christmas. Hope you enjoyed this little chat with me. So I'll do this periodically from time to time. So I wish you all a happy and safe New Year. God bless every one of you. Take care, and I'll see you next year.